what is it that you think that you deserve? What is it that you believe that you deserve? Those standards are most likely what is going to determine the kind of life that you get to live. A lot of the times when you hear somebody talk about standards or setting standards, we immediately think about other people, the standards that you set for other people. What standards must other people meet in order to maybe be able to be in your life? But today I want us to talk about the standards that you set for yourself in terms of the things that you expect from yourself, the things that you want from yourself. There's many different areas of our lives where we have to set standards for ourselves, because those standards are most likely what is going to determine the kind of life that you get to live. So let's look at a few different areas and start setting standards for ourselves. The very first thing that you have to look at is, how do you treat yourself? Before you even look at how other people treat you, how do you treat yourself? Do you show yourself some love? Do you take time for yourself to just do the things that make you happy? Because a lot of the times we get caught up in the cycle of, just doing things for other people, doing what needs to be done, doing what we have to do. But do we take the time to actually do the things that we want to do, the things that are good for us? Do you take the time to improve yourself? If maybe you need to improve certain skills that are going to help you to improve your life, do you show up for yourself every single day? Because that's the most important thing. You can't expect other people to show up for you if you don't even show up for yourself every single day. Do you do everything that is within your power to just strive to be better than yesterday? Do you have any plans to improve yourself? To me, that is the highest level of self-love, that every single day I show up for myself. I do the things that are going to make my life better. And this has nothing to do with perfection. I'm not saying that if you don't have a rigid schedule that you follow to the T every single day, that you don't love yourself. Obviously, that is highly unrealistic. Days are not the same. Some days you get to do more, some days you don't. That is still okay. But what is important is that you are intentional about it. You know that every single day you have to do something that is at least going to bring you a step closer to living the life that you want to live. For me, that is what showing up for myself looks like every single day. If you don't have anything on a daily basis that you do that just brings you a step closer to the person that you want to become or the life that you want to live, to me, you are not really showing up for yourself. Every single day you have to do something that gets you a step closer to whatever it is that you want for yourself. All right, the next area that I want us to look at is the standard that we set for ourselves in terms of the lifestyle that we want to live. Because if you don't have such standards, you can easily find yourself living a life that you never ever thought that you could be living, not in a good way. If you have those standards for yourself to say you don't want to find yourself, living in a certain way. For me personally, I 100% believe that I deserve and I'm worthy to live the life that is full of abundance and fulfillment. So the standards that I set for myself are aligned with that. I'm not saying that in my life there are no struggles, there are no challenges. That's definitely not what I'm saying, obviously. But what I'm saying is that I'm not going to stop having high standards in terms of the lifestyle that I want to live, because I believe that I can live that life that I want to live. I believe that I deserve to live that life that I want to live. So the standards that you set for yourself also a lot of the times have a lot to do with what is it that you think that you deserve, what is it that you believe that you deserve. So this can go as far as you setting standards for yourself in terms of which area do you want to live in, what type of a house do you want to have, the actual life that you want to live in your home, what exactly is it that you want to wake up and do every single day, your actual lifestyle. So if you've never thought about that before, it's time to start thinking about that, because like I said, if you don't set standards for yourself, around those things, you can easily find yourself living a life that you've never ever thought that you could be living, not in a good way. But if you set certain standards for yourself, you will know that the decisions that you make around those areas, they are going to be aligned to the standards that you set for yourself. That way you get to actually live the life that you want to live, because now you're going to start doing things or making decisions that are going to make sure that you meet those standards that you've set for yourself. That way you are definitely then going to be able to live the life that you want to live. The next area that I want us to look into is the area of your finances. Do you set standards for yourself in terms of what is it that is acceptable to you? Do you set standards for yourself in terms of how much money do you want to have in your bank account? How much money do you want to make on a monthly basis? How much money do you want to be able to giveaway, do you set standards for yourself in that area? This again has a lot to do with what you think you deserve, what you think that is possible for you. Because if you set a standard for yourself that, for instance, you want to be able to make 10,000 rand a month, is it because you think that that is all that you are capable of achieving? Is it because you think that you are not capable of achieving anything more than that? So just look at the standards that you set for yourself. If you didn't have a standard that you've set for yourself in this area, perhaps it's time that you start looking at setting standards for yourself. If, for example, one of the standards that you set for yourself in that area is that you don't want to live paycheck to paycheck, you want to have a healthy savings account, you want to be able to make more money, you want to be able to, have enough money to invest, you want to be able to have, enough money to buy the things that you actually want to buy, not only buy the things that you need to buy, but also spoil yourself. If that is the standard that you set for yourself, then you know that there is the standard that you need to measure yourself against. You know that every decision that you take is going to be aligned with that standard. But if you don't set a standard for yourself, if you find yourself living paycheck to paycheck, you're going to think that that is what life is like, that is what is acceptable for you, that is just how the way things are. You're not going to try anything to get out of that situation of living paycheck to paycheck. If you do set standards around that, then you are definitely going to take actions or make decisions that are going to be aligned with that. Now, the next area that I want us to look into is the area of relationships. This is a big one. You have to have standards for yourself. You have to have standards in terms of what is it that you find acceptable from other people that you are in relationships with. And this does not only talk to romantic relationships, it talks to, friendships, family relationships, professional relationships, all those relationships. Not necessarily in terms of what other people must do, but in terms of what you accept for yourself, what is acceptable to you. I don't believe that you must start telling people how to treat you. I believe that you must just set standards for yourself. If those people meet those standards, then great. If they don't, great again. It means then they are not for you. They are not meant to be in your life. You have to look at things like, are you accepting abuse, from people around you? Are you accepting abuse in all forms? Emotional, financial, physical? What are the things that you are accepting for yourself in your life? I'm not saying that you can control what other people are doing, but you can definitely control the things that you accept in your life. You can definitely control whether you let people abuse you continuously, whether you let people treat you in a way that you know for a fact that you don't deserve. Relationships can be a big source of happiness and a big source of depression in our lives. So you have to really be careful in terms of the standards that you set for yourself to say, this is what is acceptable to me. Anything lower than that, it is not acceptable to me. I'm not going to put up with it. If you don't set standards, you're going to find yourself exhausted because you are spending so much of your energy into relationships that are not good for you. Let me know in the comments below, what other areas of your life do you set standards for yourself, and what are those standards? So if you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up, and also do click that subscribe button. I'd love to have you over. Thank you so much for watching all the way through to the end. I will see you on the next video. Bye.